Welcome to Inside Games, the only gaming news show brave enough to have reported on every release of GTA 5 so far. Yeah, we did it at Machinima.
Yeah, deep in the archives, the sacred texts. It is in fact a red letter day, Bruce, as Rockstar Games has released Grand Theft Auto 5, this time on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X. The game currently costs $10 on PlayStation 5 and $20 on Xbox Series S and X, so the price of both will jump to $40 in just 3 months.
Charlotte, are PlayStation users going to get a break because they're the best, the Sony ponies?
I'm so glad you asked. We don't like to play favorites here, but you Sony pals are, apple of my eye. You do get a break on pricing, but that still begs the question, is the update worth it? That is a more complicated question than it may seem at first, given what's in the update and the fact that it's technically split in half between GTA 5 and GTA Online. We've reached a fork in the road.
Yeah, early buzz seems to be that the update doesn't really radically transform the game. It doesn't. I played it a few hours ago. But the price is right. It's cheap. So there's not too much to complain about. Although, hey, it's the internet. We're all on the internet right now. Clearly, you can find somebody pissed off on the internet.
Yeah, I did a little temp check on the Reddits, and there were people trolling for hate points, but most people in the comments were just like, I played it and it's fine. Am I the weird one? And everybody else, everybody just kind of expects to be mad, but most people aren't, so what are you gonna do? So far, the standout features of the update are the 60 FPS performance upgrade, which I didn't realize until now that console players haven't had that, so God bless you guys. And the improved load times, which also console players have had to suffer with, both in the campaign and in GTA Online.
Speaking of GTA Online, that's Grand Theft Auto if you're new, it's its own thing now, which is also why the update costs different amounts of money on PlayStation and Xbox. It's technically free on PlayStation and $10 on Xbox, while the updated campaign costs $10 on both for the next 3 months, which is enough time to play it.
Look, I did it earlier. I downloaded it online for free, and then I was like, oh, sweet, great. I'm gonna play the story mode, and then I hit A, and then it was like, well, give me $10. And it was like, oh, fuck. They kind of get you. It's a gotcha moment.
Yeah, it'd be really nice if it were free. Feels like next gen updates, or this gen updates ought to be, especially when GTA Online is monetized to shit, and that's where they're getting all their money from. But who am I? I'm just some dude on the internet talking about video games.
Also, the way the announcer says PS5 is like super sensual. I mean, you gotta buy us dinner first before you say PS5 like that. Woo!
PS5.
Gives you the chills.
Right? That feels real good.
I guess they're giving you a free copy of GTA Online in lieu of dinner. So if you only want to play the campaign on either console, you don't have to buy the GTA Online update or get it for free. That's an Inside Games top tip. And if you don't want to, then it's free on PS5 and it costs $10 for the update for some reason on Xbox. Just consider it though, because it is a really good campaign and worth playing if you've never finished it.
So nice we saw it thrice. This marks the third time the game has launched on console, spanning 3 whole console generations, starting with the initial release in September of 2013, followed by an update for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC in April of 2015.
So are you wondering why we can't escape this game? As usual, the answer is always money. Grand Theft Auto 5 is one of the best-selling games ever, if you didn't already know. Specifically, it's the second best-selling game ever at 160 million units sold. That means, as its own game, it's outsold the entire Assassin's Creed series. And that only
Fuck you, Ezio. Sorry.
That only has 155 million units. And as Charlotte put, fuck off, whatever the other names are, the protagonists from Assassin's Creed.
Arno, he's the best.
Who?
Fuck off, Arno.
So as far as this update's concerned, Rockstar announced this back in a September 21 PlayStation showcase, which broke a lot of hearts because when people saw the GTA logo, they expected something else. At the time, it promised, quote, improved graphics and, quote, enhanced gameplay, which sound like the most bare bones gameplay features, but whatever. From the sounds of it, it delivered those, although that is kind of the minimum for a generational update.
Yeah, I can only hope I can still get hazed by a teenager.
You can do that anywhere.
Yeah, I could just go to the park. People memed on the announcement pretty hard, mostly because, yeah, we've all played GTA 5, and with the arrival of a new generation, people really expected, I don't know, GTA 6, or maybe a teaser trailer or something, aside from just tweeting like, yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, and so we wait with a microwave reheated GTA 5 again.
Pull the cellophane off and take a whiff, because here's what we got to look forward to in this update. We got to dive pretty deep because it's like you don't get the highline, big splashy features like we did before with first person and stuff like that.
Like most current gen updates, GTA 5 now offers a quality and performance mode you must choose, in addition to a third performance RT mode that hybridizes the two. So that's good, pretty standard offerings for this generation of consoles.
Yeah, the game's quality mode outputs native 4K with ray tracing at 30 FPS, which, by the way, I tried. and I hated it. I was just like, get this dirty FPS garbage off my fucking screen. And that's on PS5 and Series X. While the Series S outputs upscaled 4K, the performance mode targets 60 FPS. Thank you very much, Gamer Gods. On all platforms, it's scaled 4K on Series X and PS5, and then 1080p on Series S.
Whoa.
There's a performance RT mode that hits between the two, and honestly, it's probably the best version of all of this. It scales the resolution to try and hit 60 FPS with ray tracing enabled, and I think it succeeds.
I think that's the goodie right there.
Yeah.
Right, they're delivering a couch to my house right now. This is the fourth time they've tried to bring this couch. Anyway,
Why do you have so many couches? Oh, it's the same couch.
I wish I knew, man.
Just put it with the others.
Yeah, just stack them. So with this update, Rockstar has also improved tons of, graphical knobs and whirly-doos according to their press release, including, and I love reading long quotes of graphical features, so here we go. Quote, increased population and traffic variety, increased vegetation density, improved lighting quality across shadows and water reflections, in addition to, quote, improved anti-aliasing, motion blur, highly detailed new explosions, fire, and much more.
Oh boy, they really had to dig deep for this one. The last generational update was you can take peyote and be a rabbit. This brings the console experience much closer to the fidelity of the PC version, with YouTube channels GameV and Rampage TV posting direct comparison videos. Take a gander if you're curious how it stacks up. Video Games Chronicle also has a gang of comparison screenshots if you'd rather pick over your pixels in still images rather than video.
Seems like the current gen update on PlayStation 5 still doesn't really quite stack up to a modded version of the game on PC. Duh. Because of course. Interestingly, the graphical updates aren't yet available on PC, so it'll be interesting to see how far modders can push the game once they get access to the new base effects like ray tracing.
I've been tempted because GTA 5 is a really cool campaign, but it's going to come out on PC eventually, so I should just wait for that. But one thing PC doesn't have, fancy rumbles with the DualSense. So yeah, that's been part of this update too. So now you can feel weather effects, you can feel road feedback, which is really cool, directional damage, it'll vibrate from where people are shooting you, and you can run your hands over every last ingrown hair on your average sex worker's thighs. May have made that last one up, but also haven't played GTA 5 on PS5 yet, so maybe I didn't. Who knows? This is the company that coded shrinking horse balls into Red Dead 2 after all.
That's true, they did. And the load times have also shrank like so many a horse testicle. Can only assume that Pulitzer is in the mail, which is a godsend to anyone that's fallen asleep waiting for GTA Online to load. Push Square posted some numbers comparing the PS5 update with the game running on PS5 in backwards compatibility mode. GTA Online loads are more than halved, dropping from 95 seconds, which, holy hell, to 44 to go from the main menu to online free roam.
This I can actually verify. All of the loads were pretty good here for online and for single player. Single player loads are even faster, loading into the game from the main menu in 11 seconds compared to last gen's 50. And character switching accelerated from a 17-second load to just 6 seconds. It's pretty instantaneous now. Video Games Chronicle also posted a video comparing the load times directly if you want to keep it to YouTube.
Yeah, interestingly, the only real content additions to GTA Online, we don't get to be new animals with peyote, unfortunately. The content is coming to GTA Online, but that's how it's always been, so it's not really a surprise. It's just a kind of a disappointment.
Staying the course. If you feel like you have time for another game in your life that never ends, but you're worried about jumping in an online game that's been running since 2013, never fear. The Career Builder is here to help Rockstar get at all those new free-to-play wallets on PS5.
Yeah, yummy money. Instead of arriving in Los Santos with $5 and a pair of bad-fitting underwear, the Career Builder jumpstarts you with one of 4 careers: executive, gunrunner, nightclub owner, or biker, and lets you choose from a slate of beginning properties, vehicles, and weapons. You can also restart a new character with Career Builder if you feel like that it gets you ahead. And it's funny because it starts you off and it's like, here's $4 million. Go for it. And you're like, wow, $4 million? That's so many things. And it's like, when you try to buy a few things and then save the rest of your money for the campaign, it says, no, you have to spend between $3 and $4 million. So they didn't really give you that money. They bullshitted you on that.
They should have let you pick a career as a games journalist so you would get harassed by all the NPCs and young children in the game. That'd be awesome, man.
Get stoned by passerby.
The update, which again is specific to the current generation of consoles, it also includes How's Special Works, which offers a new range of car upgrades for specific cars. I'm guessing that since the game actually loads faster now, they can give you faster cars. It seems to be pretty direct, but it's cool. You can also, and this is not a joke, and it's been a long time coming, you can actually pick GTA Online activities from a menu now, When you go to GTA Online, it shows you a menu of everything you could do, and you could just hit a button on what you want to do and go do it. What will they pick up next? Oh my god! You don't have to go through you have to go through your phone and like pick a sub menu and then start a task and have people join it, and then pick another sub. No longer. Nice big menu. Thank you, Rockstar.
I'm gonna go all like FromSoft idiot on it and be like, you're compromising the developer's original vision.
It was fun to not know where anything was.
That's the game.
Yeah, you have to play it.
Overall consensus on the update seems to be that it's worth the price for the campaign if you haven't played since it came out in 2013 on the Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3. Or you just want to play it again since it's $10.
Yeah, the GTA Online update is also worth it for the load times if you still play, if nothing else. And it's free for the next 3 months on PlayStation, so why wouldn't you get it on that platform? But again, if you're playing GTA Online a lot, $10 just to save some time, seems worth it.
Yeah, but if you aren't interested in GTA Online and you don't want to play the campaign again, it doesn't seem like it's worth the price since the update doesn't change the game as significantly as the last generational upgrade in 2015.
Yeah, then again, we basically just said you don't need to get the update if you don't want to play the game, which is self-explanatory. Welcome to Games Media. If you don't want something, don't buy it.
And yet, people need to be told that often. Now, business-wise, this is the fun behind-the-scenes parts of it. This release will actually be a pretty good stopgap for Rockstar Games' parent company, Take-Two, who doesn't really have a lot of releases lined up for this year. The only other announced project we could find is Midnight Suns from Firaxis Games, which is a card-based tactical RPG set in the Marvel Universe. So it's a neat idea, but probably not going to move a lot of numbers.
Yeah, in context, this release could also recover some brand affinity for Grand Theft Auto following the nightmare release of Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy remastered, get everyone remembering the awesome GTA 5 campaign instead of this.
Thing that keeps me from ravaging a buffet.
I love that video. It's almost as funny as the Battlefield long neck guy. Man, I love long neck man.
Giraffe Man, I miss him.
Giraffe Man was the best.
Master of recon. You can see around any corner.
The true long-term impact will likely be the GTA Online free-to-play window on PlayStation 5. The game's online mode has earned so much money, over $6 billion as of November 2021.
That could buy a jetpack in Grand Theft Auto Online.
Yeah, GTA Online is crazy because it's actually had steady, if not even growing player counts for being a really old service game. According to Steam player counts, it's actually been growing year over year. So that's crazy. It ebbs and flows, it grows. They get a flurry of new players with every new update. What's crazy is more and more of them are sticking around after the updates. So you have this wave, and it doesn't quite settle down to where it did before, which is uncommon. So it's actually picking up steam in its, 8th year of operation? Yeah,
Ninth year, yeah.
Wow, crazy stuff. So specifically on PS5, they're offering the mode as a separate download, which is great because I guess you can save install space, and it's considered its own thing in the store now. It's for free, which is going to be really enticing for PS5 owners who are looking for new games to play. And it's got a quick start program now with a career builder, so it's got all these tools to kind of bring on new people. I think it stands to bring in a lot of new players to Rockstar Games' cash cow, which is going to be great for them.
Speaking of cash cows, we'd like to thank a few patrons that managed to avoid spending all their money on GTA Online shark cards and instead gave us some of it for our production. Faisal Sharif, Jordan Slavin, Leonard Asp, and Christian Morgan Anderson. Thank you very much for being the stalwart gamers we need in these uncertain times. Thank you.
We'd also like to thank Ryan Daraberry, Cody Just, Evan S. Compton, and Christopher. For your monthly contributions, your support has enabled something very special for this very episode. And no, it's not just getting the gang together to talk about Grand Theft Auto again.
No, this episode is washed in a different kind of nostalgia because it's been edited by an old friend, Matt Peake.
Oh, the best.
Yeah, Matt edited all the news episodes for us back in the day, so it's really rewarding to work with a legend yet again. Love you, Peake.
We love you, buddy.
I love you too, Lawrence and Bruce and Charlotte.
Charlotte, do you love Matt Peake?
I do love Matt Peake. I made a face.
I can't see those because I'm spiking camera directly the whole time we talk.
And thanks again to all our supporters. Consider joining our Patreon if you enjoyed the episode, or if you're saving up for that GTA shark card, just slap the subscribe button here on YouTube and recommend us to a friend. We appreciate really any support because it's not easy saving video games every day like we do.
Although I'll be at the Ross Dress for Less down the street selling Char cards.
Oh, those are Charlotte cards.
Char cards, yeah. And
Yeah.
that's basically just a cash exchange for you're part of the Charlotte Club.
What do you get in the Charlotte Club?
What's in the Charlotte Club?